So we got 6 minutes? 5 minutes. Yes. We have the. Let me take a picture of this real quick. Oh, sorry.
Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome inside Let's Play Soccer here in Portage, Michigan for the WMLIS season finale. I'm Tanner White, and she is Maya Pasillas joining me again for the WMLIS finale. You just know how to pick up.
I really do. I mean, excited is an understatement. I'm ready for some indoor soccer, and I'm ready for some excitement.
And you're going to see Zoo City, tonight's home team, taking on the Chicago Mustangs. They've got a chance to end their season at 500 and end the undefeated terror that the Mustangs have been on. The Mustangs have had their spot in the final wrapped up since Sunday, March 16th, right? It's easy for a team to relax in this position. It's easy to get complacent. But we're going to find out in just a few minutes how strongly they feel about the prospect of that undefeated regular season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, just that in itself, being undefeated, I mean, that is just bragging rights. I mean, for the rest, I mean, that's something that you want to shoot for all day, every day.
You absolutely do. And the Mustangs have rolled out a little bit of a different lineup today than perhaps what they had been accustomed to for the season. They're going to start Lindsay Seppa today. It had been typically Liz Sampras, and Sampras's numbers have been fantastic. She saved 4 of 6 in the road match that I was able to go to all the way back at home in Chicago, and then only played about 3 quarters in that game. The last time these two teams met, it was a suffocating defensive performance, a 9-2 win for the Mustangs at home there. What do you think has got to be different for Kalamazoo? I mean, a 2-goal output, that's not going to win it, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they're definitely going to have to really be on their front foot tonight. I think it's going to be down to the connections. And if, again, I mentioned it probably one of the first times I was here, but a lot of the time it's utilizing each other and just being able to utilize that wall.
Yeah, it certainly could be. It is, you learn your home arena, you learn some of the quirks about it, and it starts to feel like home with all of the practice, all of the training, hours and hours for really all leading up to this moment.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I'm going to keep mentioning for the rest of the night, it's going to come down to those connections. Can Zoo City string it together tonight and put in a better goal output than before? That's what's going to happen, and that's what's going to need to happen to get the W tonight.
And it's a 2-3 record for Zoo City, coming in 1-1 at home. The one win for each home and road for Zoo City were both POW Chicago, but they have played everybody tight really except for that one Mustangs match, again, on the road that got away from them. A -4 goal differential for the entire season. That's it with 3 losses in there. You start to calculate that up and you say, wow, it could have easily turned and been something incredibly special. Even so, all of the building blocks, there is so much to build upon.
Of course, and again, I think that it's gonna come down tonight again to the final third, that attacking third. You know, they have the buildup. Zoo City has the buildup. They build up from the back, they move all the way to the other net, and they have all the components. They just need to finish on that third. They just need to connect and then find the net. And I think that's one of the main differences. That's kind of why you've seen these losses. It's just a lot of their buildup will lead up to one big moment, and then there's no finish. So something that they're going to have to fix up tonight.
I think you've just about got it nailed, Maya. Well, we are just a couple of minutes from kickoff. We had done our best to get you a little bit early. You got 6:54 showing on the clock here, but well, we're already deep in the thick of things. You know, as you get here for setup, you will always find wrinkles. You'll find unexpected little happenstances and this and that's, and I think with the pink pennies, we've seen it. As the Mustangs showed up here, they say, well, our road unis are the blacks. We've got just the one uniform combo. So we'll see exactly how the uniforms are going to sort out throughout this match. That's one thing that we're not 100% certain on yet.
Yeah.
But Zoo City, we know, will be in the home blacks, and they've got the accents of the purples and pinks.
Of course, it's definitely going to be interesting to watch. I'm excited, though. It's a beautiful night out here in Kalamazoo, and it's going to be a beautiful night for soccer.
So it looks like they are going to go with the pink pennies. Now, the good thing is the Mustangs were able to give us our lineup ahead of time, so we can tell you, once again, that they're going to trot out Jenna Samp, Stephanie Freund, Kaylee Castellanos, Stephanie Nunez, and Kelly Collins as their starting 5 field players. Again, Lindsay Seppa. Hey, I can do that one. That's easy.
Yeah.
Seppa going to be in the orange kit. And for Zoo City FC, again, they're back with Jordan Hartman now. They had a goal tandem of Rachel Wineclaw as well as Mackenzie Paul, their last match out, and both were making their Zoo City debuts on short notice. That was a tough draw, and yet nearly still taking down Summit City on the road, and that would have kept them in contention. Then it would have become a goal differential thing, and they would have had to win this one and XYZ. And we won't talk about what ifs. We're just going to talk about the match right in front of us because we're off and running here from Let's Play Soccer. The Chicago Mustangs and Zoo City FC. The class of the league as they have been from their first match out, and the scrappy ones, the ones that had stuck around in every game. This was close to a restart, not quite, off the top of the wall. Nadia Anzaldua back for 15, Sam Foster. Zoo City, they're going to trot out a lineup that they are no strangers to playing. It's going to be Sam Foster and Emma Boland, your starting 2 defenders. Sarah Bruns and Mary Mitchell. Sarah Bruns and Nadia Anzaldua in the midfield. Mary Mitchell, your top forward on this line. And then again, in goal, Jordan Hartman. Mustangs are pinned in their right corner right now a little bit. Kelly Collins. Right by that midfield stripe. Samp, a touch.
Yeah, Mustangs already working on gaining a lot of possession here, and you can kind of see when they do those back touches and just pass it within the defenders.
And Bruns is going to be the first one whistled for a foul here. 13:55 first quarter.
Yeah, a little slow to get up, but we're glad that she's got up and walking. Looks all good to start up again.
Restart coming in a moment with Stephanie Munoz, the leading scorer in the WMLIS. Oh, and Munoz absolutely pelted Bruns. Bruns might need a moment. Oh,
yeah.
No. Oh, that is unenviable. Bruns is still doubled over. We got to get a stop at some point, right? Will they get up a goal first? Hartman, what a tackle.
Yeah, Hartman doing good to get that tackle and just stuff that. But Bruns taking such a hit. It's going to walk off for a bit.
Yeah, I suppose you just got to get the sub and have her come back next time. Because, ouch, wore that right in the midsection, and Bruns did come off. Now you had a whistle, and I think we're getting some talking to the keeper directly. You don't see that all too often. That's one of the reasons that they don't allow in this league, typically, captains to also be goalkeepers, because they want to have that captain be a field player, be able to talk to the official without, of course, the empty net risk. Nonetheless, off of a restart. 13-15 first quarter. Clearance, long clearance. Emma Boland, primary on-ball defender here. You had Maria Maurer who came on for Bruns' shot. Hartman flicked it away.
Hartman doing good to get a hand on there.
she's told us oh so often she loves the high stuff. She likes to go up high. Restart just beyond 2 minutes gone by. This should roll harmlessly past everybody. Keeper says, I'll pick this up beyond 3/4 of the field away.
Yeah, and you can already tell a lot of work in the midfield here for the Mustangs, just trying to really maintain this possession and keep control of the game, something that Zoo City's going to have to work to break.
Look, here's the thing. Nunez can pull up from there, from the midfield stripe. She can pull up from the other goal.
Exactly, and that's just a danger that if you're Zoo City, you got to keep that in mind. You got to continue to keep that in the back of your mind and know that you're going to have to cover these longer range of shots.
At least a hat trick in every match out so far. I hadn't gotten to speak of it enough yet in the first couple of minutes, but we'll get there. Don't you worry. Maurer is pestered. She's pinned in the corner a little bit. Foster, shot high.
I kind of wish that Foster would have held off on that one just a little bit, but I can see the channel that she was going for, and I can see why that could have been a good option for her. I do think she could have probably brought it back around and maybe cooked up a different type of service.
Among defenders, Sam Foster simply loves to pull up from there, and she was able to score one in the first POW match on the road. I mean, I love the defenders scoring. There is ample opportunity for it on the Zoo City side, and there has been a long time. Here's a good takeaway. Mitchell stuffed. Seppa. Maurer, see if she can get a chest touch and head it the right way.
Yeah, and you can see the battle there. You can see the physical toll that this takes on the players.
Mitchell tried to take it away through everybody, and the keeper flopped on it. And you even had Neuenhuis, who was a few strides from cleaning that up too.
Yeah, Neuenhuis always in good positioning, and you'll notice that Zoo City captain always just right where you need her, you know? If there's going to be a ball that's going to trickle out, Neuenhuis is one to put it away.
And her and Maria Maurer, fantastic chemistry. Both Hope College 2021, and both essentially 4-year starters. You had some all MIAA teams between them. You had some all conference as that's wide. Oh, plunks.
That one's going to sting for the Mustangs. Definitely should have been in the back of the net there.
Hartman had already laid out, and you're right. No score, it'll stay.
And that's something that Zoo City's going to want to look at, right? They know that they left that net empty there. No backup for Hartman, so something that they're definitely going to want to work on is keeping that defensive position.
You've had a couple of team saves for Zoo City on the season. That is, saves by anybody besides the goalkeeper. A couple of them accredited to Maritza Miranda. And yeah, you could be looking for more of those if Hartman really is challenging the attacking players, if she is venturing out in any way from that goal frame. It's just so scary with the way that the Mustangs, from any place at any time, will launch quality shots. That's how you become the leading scorers. They've scored 7 more than anybody. And because they are just such pressers on attack, well, then other teams don't get a whole lot of chances to score as well.
Exactly, and I've always loved that style of playing, just being able to apply so much pressure as they build up here to the sides.
Walter, good pass, and kaboom at the 9:47 mark as the replay comes.
Just good build-up from the back there. You can kind of see them scoping out the vision and the field of play.
Not quite the replay that we were looking for. But that is going to be... It should only be right that it's Stephanie Nunez.
I mean, come on. Has to be.
Yeah, that's 19 on the season in, just a tad over 5 matches. That, again, leads the WMLIS. And Zoo City, without their leading scorer, Susu Roberts, which we hadn't even gotten to mention yet. We're a little bit too busy.
Yes, that's such a good point, and that's actually a big mention to talk about, is just the fact that Zoo City's going to have to play without Susu.
And she had a dozen of her own coming in. Had 2 separate matches this season with hat tricks. Nunez wants to launch another. That's a little high.
Again, there's that long-range danger that we keep talking about. Nunez just shooting it from the top of the arc.
Hartman with the fingertips on. She goes in a little bit shorter for Kennedy. Longtime teammates, friends. Of course, Jessica, so much more than just a player here. An owner, a captain, an original
she does it all.
Founding member. And if you've ever seen that before, stop me. But I've been around a long time. Never. Here's Kaylee Castellanos from the midfield. Clear is good. Mustangs got their 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and if you notice there, just all that space that Chicago has to work with, and that's kind of what I'm talking about, where I kind of wish Zoo City can apply just a little bit of a heavier pressure, try to create more opportunities for themselves as we get a whistle call here.
3-line pass. It crops up but once, maybe twice a match. You've always got to keep it in mind. Bruns is going to be the one this time. This should come from the dot, and we'll see who takes it in a moment. This is loose. Hartman splits. Nadia and Zoltwa almost knocked that in there, and then Hartman able eventually to fall on it.
Yeah, I do think that they were both kind of on the same page, but that was a little shaky.
And we hate to mention it, there has been one own goal scored. That is, Zoo City has registered an own goal against themselves.
See, now I have a question. Does that register as a stat for the person that scored a goal? Is that a goal?
There is a subjective ruling, which I can tell you all about in a little bit, but Kelly Collins got to finish this run first, however it ends. But I'm glad that you asked. We love to do little teaching moments here. Way out long by the midfield stripe on Zaldwell, on-ball defender. Cross back over to the left of the field. Kennedy, good pressure up the board, takeaway, got on Zaldwa.
Oh, and just kind of mistouched to herself there.
Yeah, but it's also the defender getting back there and getting in the hip pocket to take that away.
That one was a bit scary there, Kennedy almost getting to the ball.
Oh, there's plenty of opportunities to press here. This is loose. See if Bruns can pick it up. Bruns was giving a little bit of an arm bar to Nunez.
Yeah, and Kennedy doing well to apply that pressure I keep talking about. Remember, it creates opportunities. Close one here.
What a juke by the keeper, too, Seppa. 6 minutes, 45 seconds, first quarter. Unsurprisingly, the first score was Stephanie Nunez, 9:37 of this quarter from Shannon Walter. That's been one of the best connections in the WMLIS.
Some nice footwork there by Bolin.
Bolin to Bruns. Not necessarily a shot attempt. It could have been looking to set something else up. Nunez collects this, and you just hold your breath, even from this distance. Backing down Mitchell. Shot. Not quite.
Yeah, you can definitely tell she is trying to get comfortable right now with these longer shots, something that she's looking to score on later.
And if I'm not missing my guess here, we should have a timeout at 6:18 of this quarter. All right, that's exactly what we got. Well, let's talk about this quarter. A scoreless one so far for Seppa in goal. What do you see from her?
Honestly, I think that already kind of some shaky moments. Remember, Chicago just has a lot of leeway right now being the top in the league currently, right? So they're able to put people that don't necessarily start all the time. But you can kind of see those moments where, again, towards the end of this first part of the first quarter here, where Kennedy was applying pressure, there were some moments where maybe she could have toe poked it out. So again, that's why I keep talking about applying more and more pressure. I really think that's going to be crucial to creating these opportunities to create some goal scoring opportunities for Zoo City.
Yeah, opportunities so far, not so many of them. The home team credited with just one shot so far. And, of course, the one score from Stephanie Nunez to add to the league leading total. That is 19 of them. And this is the replay coming here from Walter to Nunez, I believe.
Yeah, it was just well timed again. Again, just good chemistry between teammates can really. Sometimes it's like those behind-the-back passes in basketball, right? When you can kind of just know where your teammates are, and I feel like that's kind of where the Chicago Mustangs team is.
Mitchell, Maurer, Neuenhuis, Musser, Hartman, and one more field player we can't quite see. As we sort it out in a moment, we'll figure it out for you. And booted by Maurer.
Yeah, just skied there.
It is Sophie Bradford to round that out. Kaylee Castellanos still sporting the cast on the left hand. She had the whole club. She's now gone down to just the cast, but it's still a little conspicuous. Castellanos still a key contributor for the Mustangs. Kaylee coming into today, 3 goals, 3 assists.
Good defensive placement by Zoo City, able to pick up that ball.
Musser got plenty of touches to survey for something. Neuenhuis.
I can see the connection that was being built there.
It was roughly in the direction of Bradford.
Yeah, I think Neuenhuis was hoping Bradford would kind of run across.
Bradford, another one of those defenders, not afraid to put it up from kind of anywhere. And now back for the keeper, Seppa.
And you can kind of see just the medium pressure that's being applied here, and that's kind of what me and Tanner keep discussing is Zoo City's pressure applying.
Long run down into that furthest corner from us. Back for Nunez towards the middle of the field. Nunez might have a step. Maurer cut it off. I mean, that's tough to do.
Definitely, and then you kind of seen the battle here on the sideline.
Still remains a 1-0 game. Zoo City with just the 1 shot up for most of a quarter so far. It's somewhat reminiscent of, again, the first match that these two played. That was back in Chicago. The 9-2 match in that one, and there was only a couple of scores on the Zoo City side from a fantastic tackle from Bradford to take it away from Nunez.
Yeah, beautifully laid out there.
And the 2 Zoo City scores, to follow up on that thought, were 1 from Susu Roberts and 1 from Brenna Musser. That's it. Walters blocked.
Oh, the body block. Crucial, working up the field, but
Musser might take this thing away. She has all the experience in the world. Essentially a 5-year starter at Northern Michigan.
Oh.
What a save! Seppa keeps it there with a kick save and a beauty.
ah, the foot save.
Mitchell, a touch. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a restart off of her.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can tell, Tanner, but I'm. It's just so blatant to me right now that these opportunities are coming from when Zoo City decides to apply heavy pressure. They're able to break up the Mustangs' passes and not fall to the Mustangs' pressure.
And so you think press, press, press. I continue to see them kind of going at Nunez defensively. Again, you know everything she's done as a goal scorer. We could be here forever talking about that. But an interesting thought. Do you then see her as one of the places to attack on defense?
Well, that's actually an interesting viewpoint, and I think it's going to just take overall pressure. I think sometimes we see every now and then, and now we're cooking up at the top of the arc. Oh, got a little scary there.
Yeah, the keeper, Seppa, went down. Mitchell will be whistled for a foul, though.
Yeah, players went flying there.
You got 1 foul apiece for Bruns and Mitchell now. Those are going to be the only 2. Under 3 minutes here for this first quarter. It's 1-0 Mustangs. But you could say it's only 1-0 Mustangs, right?
Exactly. That's actually exactly what I was about to tell you, Tanner. It's like we're connected in a way. I just think that this is still a victory in itself. If they can keep it 1-0, Zoo City can be happy with this first quarter outcome. They'd be even happier if they can tie it up. But I feel like that's going to need a little bit more connection with these passes and trying to maintain just keeping the ball, keeping possession.
Collins drifting to her left, heading to the corner. Collins back out wide. Shot hit off of somebody near the goal mouth. Comes out, another one, toe-balled, Collins. Bolin now the on-ball defender. We're under 2 minutes for the quarter. And it's been a snappy one. See if Bolin can take this away. She does. Bruns trying to clear it. Maurer trying. You're not going to have anything easy.
You just can't catch your breath if you're Zoo City, except here with a takeaway.
Mitchell might have a step. She was hooked, though. And I think you might have the first card.
I definitely do think that warrants one.
Mary Mitchell made the long run and should bring the first power play.
Now this can be a positive for Zoo City.
Blue card assessed on Anna Vasquez. Huge time for it. You would still theoretically have time to roll into the next quarter as well. 32 seconds should they not score here. Mitchell to bring it in. Boland shot high.
I can see the idea there. Definitely you can see Boland kind of put her hands up there. She knew that what needed to happen, and that wasn't that.
Consider this still a minute and 58 seconds. That only took 2 for Boland to shoot that.
Exactly. So they have a lot of time here to work with this power play and see if Zoo City can capitalize on this opportunity.
Foster watching this run up.
Good footwork there.
That's a good clear. And Foster maybe a little shove. Now she takes it away, flicks for Maurer. Maurer with the eyes ahead. Zoo City on the power play. Let's chip off to the defender, but you still got the player advantage. This is probably the time to go get your first one. Thought maybe Foster would want to shoot from that kind of range. I could see it, truly.
I definitely can.
45 seconds for the quarter. Again, there would be extra time on the power play to roll over to the next. So there's lots of good news to be had. Boland blocked.
Took a good deflection back to a Zoo City player.
If that was a cross from Maurer, it wasn't bad. Foster blocked. Sepa goes flying. Everybody looking at each other, throwing the hands up like, what are we doing here? 20 seconds for the quarter. Oh, Collins. She looks to make a run of her own. Shot. Scored! Collins shorthanded with 12 seconds left beats the buzzer.
And that was just all transition. Good on the transition are the Mustangs. And that was just perfectly played, moving all the way up. And it was going to find the back of the net.
If our stats are fully accurate and they go back that far, that may be the first shorthanded goal in the history of the WMLIS. I'll try and check on this when we've got breaks. But as the Mustangs go up 2-0 with their shorthanded, I think that is true. That is unreal. Kelly Collins, the very first time for a shorthanded goal. Well, we got a first quarter break. And, well, you know what we get to do then? We get to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, right? Gnarly Fit, Boland's Best Tire, and Island Hills Golf Club for their incredible support throughout our season. It is just these wonderful benefactors that allow us to do what we do. They allow you and I to be here. They allow Jessica to outfit us with these wonderful kits, the blacks, and then sometimes they match up a little bit too well with the other teams. They end up with the pink pennies. But how special it is to have all of these wonderful benefactors behind us.
Yeah, it really is. Such a wonderful game to be sponsoring.
And the good news, too, is you look on the bottom of there, you've also got the Premier Athletics cheer team that we're going to have at the half. We'll tell you more about that as we get a little bit closer to it. But I'm excited. And as we go, we're still in the quarter break here between the first and second. Should be noted, as far as I can tell, that was the first shorthanded goal in the WMLIS.
Yeah, and that was just beautiful for that. And I think, we got some – if we're Zoo City FC, we got some things to work on, of course. I do still think that they maintained that 1-0 lead for quite a while, and I think just knowing that they can hold them is a positive. However, it kind of seems like they're a little bit too much on their back foot. The pressure that needs to be applied is not 100% there, and I think that's one of the main things that Zoo City FC is probably going to be talking about in that huddle right now.
I absolutely hear you. The whistle on that blue card was called charging from behind. That was at the 13:33 mark. Zoo City had their first power play, and if you would have told me that they were going to give up the goal based on what we saw from just the couple of strings of passes before that, I don't think I could have believed you. But Kelly Collins can play with anybody and everybody in this league.
Yeah, 100%. And it just goes to show just how good this Mustangs team is.
The depth, right?
Yeah, just being able to play with a player down is just I mean, come on, right? You just don't expect it, and then it happens, and then you realize you're able to really perceive how good a team is. Again, I still think there's a lot of room for improvements, probably on both sides. I still think that the Mustangs are probably trying to look up ways to clean up their passes just a tad. But other than that, I think Zoo City's really on the end that needs a little bit of improvement just with the pressure being applied. But overall, I think their passing is on point. I think you can definitely see the chemistry. It just comes down to that final third.
You've now got Collins with 10 points overall on the year. That's goal number 7. You know, that's a 1987 birthday. October 28th, 1987. Now, not to say that that precludes you from being still a very competitive athlete, but it jumps off the screen at you. Go back and watch the replay of that goal. I mean, running as well as ever.
Yeah, really, and we're just going to keep talking about it, right? It's just the depth, the experience, you could say, for the Chicago Mustangs. Zoo City's just going to have to step it up here as we're going to come out of this break soon. And I'm excited, though. I feel like Zoo City can definitely come back into this one, right? 2-0 is not the biggest, the most scariest of gaps here. They can definitely come back. I've seen the Zoo City play. I've seen them practice, and I know they got it. So they just got to really lock in here and just come out. Come out strong, come out pressing, come out connecting these passes. I've seen it all before, so it's something that they can definitely do.
And the volume of shots. I want to get to it. It is, well, vastly easier said than done. That's why we're behind the wall here. You know what I mean? They don't let us out there. But there's a good reason for it. We kick off quarter number 2. Zoo City FC here at home trailing 2-0 after the short-handed goal from Kelly Collins. And the Mustangs enjoying that 2-0 lead. Their other scorer was Stephanie Nunez to add to her league leading total of a 19.
Yeah, and already coming out of this break, you can see Zoo City just coming out with a little bit more passion almost. Definitely pressure being applied.
And you'll hear some of that. In a very literal sense, hear it. Nunez looks to back down Neuenhuis. And she could have just flicked it with the right foot from where she was, but as she held on to it, Musser had a great recovery.
Yeah, Musser just able to stick out her leg there. Beautiful block.
A 90-plus game starter in college. I want to reiterate that. Brenna Musser has been around the block. Now, you could say as much as anybody. Of course, Jessica Kennedy probably number 1 on that Zoo City side, but boy, the experience is just not the issue with this squad as Seppa dives on that.
Yeah, almost leaking out from Seppa's grasp.
Musser challenging Collins. Clean takeaway.
Here it is. Musser doing the job when it's needed.
Long run from Miranda to get to it. She's there. Now Zoo City can spend some time in the attacking half. Musser lined it up. Shot save.
Oh, that was just a beauty of a shot from Musser, but an even better save. Gonna need more type of shots like that to get on the scoreboard here.
And kind of a tough spot for Seppa. She could hear, too, easily, hey, we're not so concerned about this match, right? That we are going to the finals and we know this.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of that in the body language, in the posture?
Definitely not, and I think Zoo City can kind of sense that. I think, oh,
what
good
a tackle!
slide tackle there.
The tackle from the Black Lagoon, and that's on Nunez. That is huge for Bradford. Gold star, extra credit. Circle that.
Oh, yeah, we need to name that move.
And that came off of Hartman, too. Man, high-level defense. You're still just always in danger from a team that can frankly snipe it and score it from anywhere. You are, and there's a reason why this Mustangs lineup scored the most goals of anybody. And yet you're holding them.
Exactly, and that's something that Zoo City needs to recognize. They are able to hold them, but can they push past them? And that's kind of what we're seeing here. They really can. They just need to connect on that final third.
They've still spent not so much time there, and that's part of it, I think.
Definitely.
Vasquez, a little bit of a back touch. 3 minutes gone. No score here in the second quarter. Mustangs still lead 2-0. Stephanie Nunez from Shannon Walter, then Kelly Collins, unassisted, short-handed. Big one. and historical one, the first, as far as we know, in the WMLIS. This shot is stuffed. It's loose. Hartman is down still. Somebody might clean that up. Wow, another block from Bradford.
And you know, it doesn't always have to be the cleanest of blocks.
And save again.
But that one definitely was.
Leaving her feet and making it look okay. You can't say easy. That's not fair,
No,
right?
it really isn't. And I had a thought I was going to say it doesn't have to be the cleanest of looking blocks, but anything works. Just get a foot, anything on it.
Another good challenge for Hartman.
Hard bump into the wall, but still working their way around.
Foster to Maurer, now behind the midfield stripe, rather. Maurer sent it in the right direction as she was heading to the deck. A little bit of a shove, but still, we've seen just the 2 fouls called on Zoo City, none on the Mustangs side, and the 1 card.
Yeah, and I think we knew walking into this that this was going to be a little bit more of a physical match, right?
Of all the times to let them play, the finale's the one, right?
Exactly.
Not that I would try to influence our officiating.
So, you know, I just think it's always good and fun when everybody's a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, that hasn't been the issue with this one. Walter down the left flank. Flicked one to her right, intercepted. She wanted Castellanos. And the 3 fingers held up again, 3-line pass. Now 5 minutes and 1 second into the second quarter. Nunez from the dot. What a turn! Kaboom! It's Collins. Oh, excuse me, it's Walter.
Yeah, and Hartman she's seen that all the way. Just couldn't, the pace on it was just too much.
Yeah, we got to appreciate this again. This is brilliance. Nunez just couldn't have put it in a better spot. Walter, easy turn, tap in, a dunk.
Exactly, and you just love those type of assists, right, when it's really just almost like you're redirecting the pass into the goal.
As if just sticking a foot out there, you barely got to make contact because of how precise it was from Nunez. And she almost got it right back from Walter. Yeah, Boland made a serious business decision. You see her kind of run her hands through her hair like, oh, boy, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah, Zoo City definitely needing to catch their breath here. But I don't think this is the best way to do it now. They're going to have to defend here.
Yeah, from the stripe. This is even closer this time. Last one was from the dot. You continue to have Nunez taking all of these. She could just choose to shoot it if she wants.
And Hartman, I'm sure, is aware.
Nunez blasted, saved.
Yeah,
So it'll stick where it is for now. It just doesn't get much easier.
exactly.
Oh, another turn! I'm trying to tell you. It's wicked. This time it's Kaylee Castellanos.
And you said it doesn't get much easier, but the Mustangs do just make it look so clean when they're able to get a touch on it.
You see Castellanos on that replay just exploding towards the ball. You could almost have thought, oh, she's out of the picture. She's not going to be able to get a touch on this thing. Flashes into the screen, and bang.
Exactly. And Zoo City just has to keep working on responses to this. Definitely not in the same spot that they were in the first quarter, something that they want to improve on. But they still have the opportunity. It's not like the time has run out. They have a lot of time still left in the game, trying to build up here.
Bruns wanted to stuff it in right in the face. It's actually loose. It's not going to happen often, but no whistle. Boland challenged, and then on a soft hop to the keeper. 4-0 is the Mustangs' lead. They've got 2 in each of the first 2 frames. Boland overstrode a little bit. Now Nunez, little rollback move. Mitchell, takeaway. She's got Bruns if she wants it. Would have been a long pass to hit ahead, and that juggled on the board a couple of hops.
And that's actually good here. More of a positive for Zoo City, having a time to catch their breath and also think of a good plan as they set up some type of set play here.
This is Nunez and Musser. And now cleared. Castellanos looks to run this down on Zaldwa, cut her off a little bit. Throws up the hands as if to say, not me, no way, no how. Castellanos might still be able to put this up. Now she'll slow it down, go back out. Nunez drifts left this time, probably got chipped. Unless it just came off a little bit funny from the left. It's the right foot, I'd like to say, with which, as Hartman came way out that time, Vasquez nearly chipped it in. It's the right foot, I would say, which has caused her to kind of take control and take the league by storm. So maybe the left, you're saying, oh, I'm not so scared of Nunez. You say that, and how many good left-footed looks do you think she's also going to get off tonight? Too many?
Too many. I mean, right now, that's probably one of the main issues that Zoo City's having. They just can't close down on this Mustangs team. It just looks like the Mustangs are able to take control of the whole field. I'm really looking at Zoo City, to start really pulling it together. I mean, the pressure that they're applying is still minimal. I think there's still more to be had as the Mustangs work up here.
Bruns is able to block this cross, try and say that 3 times fast, and now finally the foul is going to go on, I believe that's Vasquez.
Yeah, and the Mustangs bench definitely not liking that play there, but again, just a bit of a match here.
Fun little anecdote while we've got a moment. Sarah Bruns was in one of these almost exact same dust-ups in the Summit match the last time out. That was a couple Saturdays ago at Summit City over in Fort Wayne. And it was with a player who shall not be named from Summit City, but hopefully she's watching. And was tied up a little bit, had sort of an arm trying to do a little swim thing over. And that player then, well, they had an altercation verbally, perhaps, allegedly. And Sarah says, maybe I said something to this player from Summit. But that is the fire of Sarah Bruns. She was able to draw that foul there, and we're able to get a media timeout here. So, 7 minutes, 5 seconds still remain. It is 4-0. Do I continue to say only 4-0? I am tempted to say yes, but talk to me about that.
I am tempted to say yes, and I think it's still positive that they're able to hold the Mustangs down to 4-0, right? But it's just a lot of improvement that needs to be had. Definitely something that I think Zoo City's aware of, right? They know what's going on, and they just had to come up with ways to break the pressure that they're facing from this Mustangs team. Now, whether it's creating space, passing from side to side, I think almost they need to match the Mustangs. You can see the Mustangs kind of building at the top, really scoping out the field. But in order to do all of that, you need to get possession, and that's something that Zoo City really needs to work on tonight.
You would not perhaps believe this having come into today. The Mustangs actually have by far the fewest unique goal scorers. Only 9 members of their team have scored. Now, for those 9, you start to read the numbers, you say, oh, I get it now. Never mind, right? And it starts with the Nunez 19 of them. Like, that jumps off the page at you. But that is just a little wrinkle in a note that I've picked up. Zoo City came in today with 14 unique goal scorers. Well, of course, they've still got that so far. Their game high, or their season high output for goals in a game is 4, done 2 separate times. Emily Vargas as well as Susu Roberts. And you got to watch that last one, the 4-goal outpouring from Susu
That was
against
beautiful.
Pau.
Yeah, that was something to watch. And, that's another thing to keep in mind as you're watching this game, right? Zoo City is without Suzu right now, and that was primarily one of their main focal points to get these points, to get these goals. And that's something that they have to live without today. Again, now it really comes down to how Zoo City can respond to that. How can they respond to not having Suzu? How can they utilize everybody else and start moving the ball more? Well, we're going to find out. They have about 7 minutes left in this quarter to really try to clean up an act, and I really think that a positive would try to get one more goal. Try to get a goal in. Don't keep it at 4-0.
Your top forward, again, on the Zoo City 1 line, that was Mary Mitchell. Then really kind of their, you don't want to say only other forward per se, but the forward that they listed on the second line, of course, is Jessica Kennedy herself, who you see out here with this unit.
Yeah, and
It's
such a
just
versatile
not that
player.
many bodies. Yes, of course, versatility too. But you wonder, do you rotate somebody eventually when you're really struggling to score goals who isn't typically up top for you?
Yeah, and I think that comes down to knowing your players, right? What player is going to bring that spark? What player is going to bring in that energy? Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, she's what we need to get a goal. It's just she's what we need to maintain our energy, to maintain our connections as a team.
And connection, that is going to be beyond key. That is crucial, as they just kind of missed on one Neuenhuis to Maurer.
Exactly what I wanted to mention right there, as you said, right? It's those smaller passes that if they can't continue to make those connections, it's going to be very hard for them to get on the scoreboard.
Reset, that's right up by the Zoo City bench, the end of the row up there.
Yeah, it's going to be, I believe, the 3-line pass, right?
Yeah, I think so. This is going to come from the stripe in a moment. Exactly 6 minutes until the half. Still 4-0 Mustangs. Shot a little high.
Ooh, and you felt the power off that one.
Maurer gave some chase, but probably wasn't going to get there. That was far ahead. Musser in a slugfest with Collins, and she just won it.
Yeah, that was straight strength right there.
That is impressive. There's more room to do that. There is more room for pure physical dominance to turn this match around, maybe.
Of course. I mean, like I keep saying, it's not like this is the last quarter, right? It's not like this is the end for Zoo City. They have a lot of time, and I think over the half they'll probably discuss a little bit about these ways that they can break down this Mustangs team.
Kennedy tried to head it the right direction on a leap, couldn't get there. Now Castellanos going backward. Bradford in the hip pocket, takeaway. Musser up to help. Collins with demonic pressure. Musser again is just tossing people.
Man,
Are you watching this?
Yeah, Musser just owning the field.
And owning individual players, like, it's kind of personal. That's Brenna Musser. When you take it, again, a little bit personal, that's probably the right thing to do right now.
Yeah, 100%. I really think it's going to take small individual sparks like that will lead to goal scoring opportunities as they start to build up a little bit here.
Yeah, it laid up for Musser from Maurer. Maurer interception here. Now, handball is going to be the whistle that everybody is looking for. They're not going to get it. Musser off a wall. Kennedy wanted to clean it up. It's loose.
And you wish someone was open there at the top of the box.
Yeah, from straight on, too, as it had come out. The rebound had somebody been there. Maurer kind of drove into a crowd a little bit. But a much more defensive possession from the Mustangs, and we just haven't seen many of those. That was a super encouraging string, which isn't over yet.
Exactly, right? Zoo City still maintaining this possession. Only positives now.
Kennedy's tossed, and should be a foul. Now you're going to have not quite full line changes, but you do have some changes on each side. Kaylee Castellanos coming back on. Foster, Boland, Kennedy, Neuenhuis. And again, one field player escaping us right now just because of the view. Kennedy off to her left. Neuenhuis blocked.
It was a nice idea there, but again, the Mustangs just coming up with the defense when needed.
And Jessica, the vet, knew to look off, right? She's looking off to her right the whole time and trying to make some bite that way and open it up for Brindley. Again, those two also founding members here with Zoo City and longtime friends. 3 minutes, 9 seconds. Good touch. Up for Castellanos. She's going to have room. Late dump off. A tackle. Wicked. Hartman aggressive. And that's kind of the way she's going to survive, I think. Blocked from Foster. Don't force it is the call from that Mustangs bench.
And that's just so smart too, right? You don't want to force it, and that's just the truth. The way that they're able to just take a breath and look up and see open players is something that the Zoo City team is missing a little bit.
And you haven't seen this team overly in a hurry yet, practically at all. You haven't seen them turn it over in their own end. When they make a big mistake, I'll let you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like even if maybe they have had these smaller mistakes, right? These mistimed passes, something small, but it's their ability to cover that up, to recover really quickly. That's something that the Mustangs also can utilize.
Too high.
Just a tad.
Happens to the best of us. 2 minutes, 19 seconds until the half now. Again, we're creeping up upon that halftime performance by Premier Athletics cheer group. I should note. We'll tell you more about it, and then you'll be able to watch the whole thing here at the half. But we're excited. Bruns rolled over it kind of slow. Maritza Miranda. Haven't seen as much of her rotating with the second line yet, but on right now for the last 2 minutes or so. Couple were posted up looking for Bruns maybe to get it into him. That was Miranda principally.
And it's just like these Mustangs players just swarm, right? Wherever that ball is, there's at least two of them.
Bolin, little shove, and that should be a foul. See who they got. It's called on Leilani Arroyo. Unfortunately, you've got to kind of hear the announcements for the players who have the pennies on. And the officials having to deal with the same thing, so it doesn't make me feel too bad at all.
Exactly, and there's just over a minute here. I'm thinking if they really try, Zoo City might be able to string something together. Just gonna have to break up this Mustang possession.
Miranda with a touch. She may go backwards. Now heading forward again. Under a minute. Miranda, takeaway. Castellanos, as she's got it back. She hits up for Walter with 45 seconds. Walter lefty wide. Clock winding down, but Mustangs not satisfied with where they're at right now at 4-0. Castellanos again. Nobody there. Hartman did not elect to pick that up. Might make this a little bit more difficult with 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely is going to need. I thought she was going to go for the clearance there, but maybe just got a touch bit of nervous there.
And Castellanos is open. The hezzy. Walter missed too.
Good
and
defense.
Somehow it stays 4-0.
Yeah, that just was good placement defensively by Zoo City. Now, can they make something happen? I don't think so.
Bruns wanted the one buzzer beater not to be. It is what the Mustangs do. What we've seen is what they do. Yes, Maya?
100%. And it's just more of the same story, which is all positive for the Mustangs, but not the best of looks for Zoo City at the moment.
Now get ready for a special halftime performance from Premier Athletics Explosion Elite Cheer Group. These talented athletes showcase the spirit of dedication and excellence that defines their organization. Enjoy the show. You'll get to see this all through the half. Then we'll come back for the start of the second half between Zoo City FC and the visiting Chicago Mustangs.
Oh, yeah. Don't want to jump?
No,
I don't blame you.
I'm an old guy, but he's can't take that no more, right? You put that chair back next to that blue one also. How they were putting up before. Yeah. That's good, thank you. You're good, thank you.
Bring the mic back.
Tuesday Institute would also like to thank the Multimedia Arts Technology Program at Western Michigan University for the use of their sound equipment for today's game. Students in this program study music production, live sound reinforcements, and other related fields. Please visit wmich.edu/music for more information.
my gosh, yeah. They made it really shiny on the TV and sideways. That was my fault.
I'm all you get. That's good. Thank you.
And we are back for half number 2. Tanner White and Maya Pasillas, our good friends at Go Live Sportscast. It's a good time around here. We're live from Let's Play Soccer here in the Portage, Oshtemo area. It doesn't quite sound right to me. We call it Kalamazoo because it's Zoo City FC, right? We're for the zoo.
Exactly, and Zoo City FC playing tonight. Now, not the strongest of appearances, but hey, you got 2 quarters to clean it up. You got 2 quarters to come back. I mean, we're in for a time.
There are many, many ways this thing could go. Again, the Mustangs have been in the final for quite a while. They've known that since March 16th that they were going to be heading to Cleveland. The pressure is next to nil on them. Zoo City, of course, they want to put on for the home fans, for the Zoo faithful, for the pack stands here, for everybody here joining us on the live stream here. There's just so much more to do for this season. This is the WMLIS regular season finale, so let's go out with a bang, right?
Exactly, and I think that's exactly what Zoo City probably went over, right, during the half. During the half, I think they discussed pressure. I think they discussed the defensive problems that they were having and offensive problems that are really sticking out to me the most from those first 2 quarters. And seeing how they're going to clean that up is going to be really curious to me, and just in general how they're going to continue pushing that attacking third.
And we kick off for quarter number 3. It is a 4-0 lead for the Chicago Mustangs here on the road. They get a takeaway for Collins right away. She's putting it in the right direction. And, of course, Stephanie Nunez, well, she does that too. Anzaldua helps out. Castellanos shot. Close.
Oh, long shot. And just, you said close, and that's one way to put it. Too close for comfort.
Bolin turned, probably deflected a little bit.
Yeah, not the cleanest of shots off. However, it is a positive sight to see that they're already moving and working up the field. Again, majority of the first half was played in their own side of the court, right? So it's good to see them moving on to the Mustangs and seeing if they can finish off strong.
I liked the body posture from Anzaldua, really basketball style broken down, able to move any direction 360. Here's a shot right into the chest. Save.
Yeah, Hartman able to make sure to stuff that one. No danger there.
Kelly Collins had the short-handed one. Here she shoots another. And a save from Hartman.
Yeah, Hartman just able to get her hands on it again, and that's just been the story of tonight. Hartman able to come up with some of these saves despite the scoreboard.
Mitchell off ahead of a defender, plus Seppa, the keeper, went flying that same way. Mitchell might take this away.
Yeah, Mitchell, you kind of wanted that one to go in for her. That was just a beautifully timed shot and got the deflection, but not in the net.
Boland continues to go in the direction of Mitchell. Boland back for Sam Foster, now all the way to Anzaldua.
Yeah, some good possession points here for Zoo City.
And all the way to the keeper. It's Jordan Hartman in goal. 99 saves for the career at Olivet. Then taking this season off, of course, in order to start the professional career here with Zoo City. And it's been her almost the entire way. The only match out where Zoo City was without their starting keeper, that was last one at Summit again just 2 weeks ago. And they went with Rachel Wineclaw as well as Mackenzie Paul. And the goalkeeping numbers in that game on both of them were good enough. And you didn't really miss everything on the field that Hartman offers, but then not having her vocally, that was the most difficult part. In fact, you had Jordan running the camera for me. And the film turned out all right if you were able to see that film from the last Summit match.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to come up with solutions as time goes on. And, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you guys were able to get that posted, though. Always fun to watch a Zoo City soccer game.
Oh, sure. And plenty of improv around here. Now, everybody else at home, they don't get to know it. On that side, we take care of it. Anzaldua blocked. But one of the better looks, and probably the best look so far for this third quarter.
And you can hear it from the Zoo City bench. Stay tight, stay tight, stay tight. And that is no more true words have been said today, right? Keep it tight, keep it clean. Something Zoo City already tremendously, has improved on so far in the second quarter. In the second half.
And now 3 minutes and 45 seconds gone by in that half. From the midfield, Mustangs will clear. 4 minutes gone by now, and their lead still 4-0. Bradford shook off a little bit of contact, hits ahead. Mitchell might start a run. Mitchell, shot, high.
Yeah, shot high, but again, it is positive to see Zoo City continue to make these opportunities and these chances for themselves.
Neuenhuis going to have to give chase. Mary Mitchell among the many, many current or former Olivet Comets. And pretty much all of them been around the block. You're talking lots and lots of starters. The combined stats for all of them, over 207 starts.
Woo.
16 goals, of which Mary Mitchell had 11 of them. An experienced forward again at the University of Olivet. Jordan Hartman as well, of course, in goal. Like I said, 99 career saves there. Didn't quite get to 100. But it's the experience still, not the issue for Zoo City.
Yeah, it's something super important when it comes down to it is just the experience that each player has individually and how they can string it together to help the less experienced players out.
And you saw lots of growth in Susu Roberts. Again, Zoo City without her today, but the dozen goals on the year, and every single match just got better.
Exactly, and again, just goes to show just how strong of a team dynamic and a strong challenge there.
Neuenhuis! Is it still loose for a rebound, maybe?
Shot
the
off.
lefty? Oh, it stayed out on the goal line.
And that's just unlucky. That's just good defending, goalkeeping.
Oh, boy. Another shot deflected. That was Musser. And then Seppa's on it. Now
Yeah.
she is full throttle.
Yeah, Seppa trying to just break up these strings of attach from Zoo City FC, something that we haven't seen yet. So again, more and more positives for this Zoo City team so far into this third quarter.
Seppa starting in place of Liz Sampras. Sampras had been 5-0. She'd been the starting keeper and really had next to no issues. Maybe that's partly because, you've just got you've got a bunch of fantastic defenders all around her keeping her clean. That's true, but boy, a 757 percentage out of the stats that we had available for Sampras. Really strong numbers there.
Yeah, super positive.
Maurer was probably about to go back to the keeper. I think you had a whistle first. We'll see if we can figure out who they got in a moment. Looks like they called Musser for the foul at 8:16. Now the restart coming.
Oh, trying to go top bins there.
Up near that Let's Play logo. Maurer with Nunez well behind. Back to Musser at the midfield stripe.
Under 8 minutes, guys. Under 8 minutes.
Bradford, Neuenhuis, everybody pestering. A little bit more slow on the clear this time, but they do get it. And Nunez, always going to be a good choice.
Yeah, Mustangs just taking some healthy passes now, trying to maintain this possession, which, hey, is not something that we've said often, right? Having trouble to maintain that possession. Not really a problem that the Mustangs have faced, but good pressure is being applied by Zoo City. Good opportunities are being born from that.
And this helps. Maurer wanted to maybe chip it in all the way from there.
Oh, good challenge there.
Wins a wrestling match, too. Maurer pinned along the board.
And you can see the height difference just doesn't matter. Dang, got the block out, everything.
Now they want to hit ahead down to Kennedy. She had a long way to run. She was on the back of Castellanos. And I think in sort of a street ball situation, you might have seen Jess go for a bit of a takedown there.
Yeah, you could definitely call it that. And again, you let to see the physical side of soccer.
Boland had a long run to go to get to this. It pops out to Kennedy.
Just an unhealthy tap off the chest there by Kennedy. Wanted that one to be a little bit more controlled, but it got out of hand.
And what a fantastic return to the arena it was in that Summit City match. Jessica Kennedy, again, the all-everything for this team, right? The driving force, in some ways, of this league, was able to get a goal and an assist in her return. A fabulous strike it was. I could watch that thing 100 times. I've probably watched it about 60, 70 times right now, right? Just going back and making the highlights. And it was art. Bluffed with the left, launched with the right, up and away, and beat a very, very good keeper, Carmen Swigard, I believe, for Summit City. And then later on, tacked on an assist to Maritza Miranda. That was all poetic.
Yeah, and it must feel even better just coming off that injury right after that gap of no playing and then just being able to come back and fit right in.
Hartman flopped on it. She's going to take an extra couple of beats.
I would too. Definitely a little bit scary there from Hartman. Kind of took a deflection off her thigh from the wall. Thought it was going to sneak in behind her, but she was able to wrap an arm around it. Now Zoo City able to come up with something here.
Bruns had the chance to create, and you had a few posted up. Doesn't end up with the shot on goal.
Yeah, I still feel like Zoo City's kind of missing that, that perfect placement. You want players to be at the top of that ring, be there, and there it is.
Yeah, it took a while, but finally, Emma Boland. Let's watch it back.
And it just snuck in there. Using that wall, again, so crucial to this indoor soccer game.
I think that is a good time for it, if there ever were one. Now, I think you might give Hartman the assist. It's going to be close. I'm tempted to say yes.
I'm tempted to say yes as well. It was just a beautiful long pass there. And then just, again, able to utilize that wall so well. Took a nice bounce off of it into the net. I mean, it was meant to be.
You did see a timeout come after that as well. So it's Emma Boland, 10 minutes, 5 seconds in. It's her second score on the season. And I am still leaning strongly toward assist for Jordan Hartman. In fact, that should be then her second assist on the year. She also assisted one in the road match at POW. You don't often talk about it, but we're so fortunate in this arena game to just be able to witness that. There are special things, special occurrences of this game that you can't get in the outdoor game.
Exactly, and there's just so many things. I mean, imagine being able to say that the wall assisted you in a goal. That's completely different. That's like having another player on the field, and you can kind of see it come in here. Now, was it a full team buildup? Not entirely, but does it always take that? No. Sometimes it's okay to keep it simple and bring it in. If that's going to be the recipe for success, then I think Zoo City has to run with it.
Success starts now for sure. You don't want to wait any longer with a defensively suffocating team here, but the shot in the arm from Emma Boland.
Yeah, definitely, and I think now Mustangs definitely probably woke up just a tad here and realized, okay, you know what? There's some threats we haven't realized, and we're going to see if they can respond to that despite already leading. And they tried there, but Hartman said no.
Good time to keep it right where it is if you're the home team. Now about 4.5 minutes until quarter number 3. Nunez a little wide.
Got a little scary there, but Hartman, I think, maybe put a little bit of a hand on there and make sure it didn't go into that back corner of the net.
Like I say, maybe if you have to force Nunez to her left foot, that is a way, you can't say to neutralize her, slow her down a little bit. Ooh, and Bruns is tossed. Now Boland just had to flip it out. And likely this is going to go all the way back to the keeper.
Yeah, Zoo City, again, just doing a very good job here, just kind of keeping and marking each player, even taking it over here. Bit of a back and forth battle. It's going to be won by the Mustangs.
Bruns, Kennedy, you got lots of press right now. They can rip this away. They'll be in a good look. Ooh, a whistle. Who did they get along that left board? Is it Castellanos?
I think so, and it's definitely one that the bench did not like.
Yeah, we lose ever so slightly the views, especially as the players along the wall kind of pop and block us. I'm thinking Castellanos for now. We'll let you know if we can get that figured out. Yeah. Didn't end up mattering. And Nunez hits the gas, scores.
And
I think we've seen this before.
Yeah, we definitely have, and I thought Hartman might have gotten her feet on that one and just didn't. Good amount of pace on the ball, too, I think helped her out.
The run starts at midfield, and already you've kind of seen enough because it's Nunez and nothing else in front. A big problem.
Yeah, a really big problem, and one that started with Zoo City kind of just giving up on that first free possession, right? Something they definitely don't want to do again, and you can kind of see what it always ends up with. You don't want to leave the lead scorer alone one-on-one with your goalie, but that's the position that we're put in, and see if they can respond.
And, you know, Stephanie's thinking, that's 20, right? What's the limit here? How high can I go? And she still wants to have all hat tricks. A hat trick in every single match. How often have you ever said that? That's special. Neuenhuis put one of the most blistering shots we've seen from anybody this year, and Seppa was up to the task.
And it just looked effortless, too. Neuenhuis just has so much power she puts behind her shots. You kind of wanted that one to go in for her.
Last score, Nunez from Leilani Arroyo. If we catch the timestamp again, we'll let you know. 3-something or other. But the second one for Nunez. Zoo City trails 5-1. But that means still that the scoring is even for this period.
Exactly.
Little high, Musser. Maurer tapped it in.
Yeah, and that's what you call being at the right place at the right time. Able to just tap it in, make it look easy, but was it really? No. Look at the buildup.
Excuse me, that original shot is Neuenhuis, and then Maurer follows.
And, you know, I talked about the power behind Neuenhuis' shot, and you can see it there. That's why the deflection was so far out, right, and then led to the goal. So, again, would you call that an assist?
Yeah, you can. You can certainly get those.
I would definitely say that was.
You've already got a keeper with an assist today. We can do whatever the heck we want.
Exactly.
5-2, now just 2 minutes for quarter number 3.
Yeah, in good hands there by Jordan, able to just scoop that one up.
Neuenhuis down for a moment.
Yeah,
but the pressure, it started bursting pipes as Musser takes this away.
Exactly what I was about to mention. And Neuenhuis, they seem Zoo City kind of sees that Neuenhuis is kind of alive right now.
Seppa flopped on it, not taking a single further chance.
Exactly, and that's what happens when the Zoo City wakes up and they're so full of energy, making these connections, finishing on the attacking third, being creative, right? They become a dangerous team to play.
There is danger in the air around here. 1 minute, 9 seconds, but Zoo City now has the scoring lead for this quarter.
Exactly, and I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, right, and it's 5-2, you think, okay, they're down by 3. However, it also comes with the fact that you were able to get 2 in, which means that you're able to get another 2, and another 2, and another 2. It doesn't have to stop at these 2. So seeing how Zoo City can continue to work on this momentum, how they can continue to make these passes is going to be really interesting, especially as this quarter dials out.
And it's Nunez, I think, whistled for the foul. This is a beat in the game to recognize. Something's shifting.
It's that momentum, Tanner. I'm telling you, it does wonders.
Copy 17. Copy 17.
Clock has been running for a moment. I think we might need a little bit of a reset.
There is no 17 in that team.
See what they bring it back to. Now 30 seconds.
Is it 12?
Looks like 16.
Setting up for a set piece now. Bit of conversation between the officials.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to figure out who to assess the foul to. To me, I saw clearly it was Nunez, yes?
Yes, I would agree with that, and just making sure that there's some confirmation here. I think we're almost all set.
Got it.
So, yeah, the foul on Nunez. It was Maurer pinned up against the board. And now how much longer are they going to wait to get a shot up for the end of this quarter? Nunez picks this up. Neuenhuis is going to mug her a little bit. She's pinned. I'm still seeing this. They like the idea of attacking in that direction where Nunez is.
Yeah, and maybe they see that as a whole in the Mustangs, right? And they're trying to exploit that just a tad here, and so far it hasn't necessarily been negative.
Under 10 seconds for the quarter, though. See if one more shot maybe could get up. This is pinned. Oh, across the goal mouth. Bradford didn't have a chance to put it up. But so much to like about, even if it's just the final 5 minutes of that quarter, you said it, there's a formula to win this game.
Exactly, and it looks like Zoo City is slowly starting to find the correct pathway to that success.
And we've got the last quarter break here. We'd also like to give another big shout out to more of our amazing sponsors, to Thrive and Roberts Game Day Photography, for supporting Zoo City FC all season long. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Your support makes all of this possible. What a special thing it is that we get to do all the time here. Each and every match is historic in the WMLIS. You've felt it, I've felt it. We've now been, as it were, some small part of it. Our friends at Go Live Sportscast thinking all the same thing. How fortunate are we?
Oh, so fortunate. So fortunate to see this Zoo City grow from quarter 1 to quarter 3. Exciting to see what they can do in quarter 4, right? I mean, we talked about it. We mentioned it. And really, I think it's coming down to that pressure that they kind of started applying more and more in that third quarter, right? You said that the pipes have started to burst, and they truly have, as Zoo City continues to fight, kind of crawl their way back up and maybe even out this game.
A really important question, not related to the match here. You see the Admiral logo on the screen there. You can scan that with your cell phone and get the QR code. Are you going to cop one of the Zoo City kits? We've still got some over here at the table.
You know I really want one.
It's for the zoo. I posit it to you like that.
It is, and that's kind of a winning argument in my book. I might have to get one before we're out of here tonight, and I encourage everyone else to also get one before you walk out of here tonight, or try to find your way, get on that website, whatever you got to do, cop yourself one of those jerseys.
And the Mustangs, they think, they've got nice kits too. They're going to be thinking about this one for a while, playing with the pennies. Nobody could have been happy about this. The pinks, and of course, then you got to report the numbers of the player that's underneath the jersey, and this, that, and the other. And yet, we're getting by.
Yeah.
As we've seen throughout this
As
entire
you should.
WMLIS season, we're frankly getting by.
Yeah, as cheesy as it does sound, I really do like the saying, where there's a will, there's a way. And right now, there's a lot of will, so we're finding our way.
You got it. Just about 30 seconds left for this break, then 15 more minutes, and change, question mark, who knows?
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, a lot to think about. What we do know is everybody in-house can stick around and get autographs with their favorite Zoo City FC players. That's big.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, come on. Just being able to inspire the next generation, that's one thing in itself. So, beautiful thing to see out here in the zoo.
Yeah, it is. It's about the socials. It's about the visuals of it. But you absolutely nailed it. Places like this, like Let's Play Soccer, for the children and the next generation. I'm glad you said that. We are just about ready for quarter number 4. And it looks like the Mustangs will go back with their starting 5 field players. Exactly the wrong time to relax for them if they want to maintain that undefeated record. It's Jenna Samp, Stephanie Freund, Kaylee Castellanos, Stephanie Nunez, and Kelly Collins out there. Zoo City. Well, let's see if we do have the starting 5 back. They are making a change right now. You've got Sierra Metzler coming on. Looks like it's Metzler for Foster. Besides that, Mary Mitchell, still your forward. Bruns and Nadia Anzaldua, your midfielders. And then Boland, the defender, who scored her 2nd of the year. That first goal, again, shot in the arm. The second one was the sugar on top. But you got more to get.
Talk about pace and power on that strike.
Metzler, the first time she gets in there, blocking Nunez. How about it?
Yeah, already coming in and making an impact. That's truly what you want if you're coming off the bench for Zoo City.
Bruns, will she start to clear?
Oh, look at the speed. Trying to contest for that ball.
But with Bruns, it's usually the strength. Here she is down. Now the ball comes loose. Bruns, shot blocked.
And just, could she taken a couple more steps forward? Well, now they got another run.
And a good look. Boland rejected.
That's just good goalkeeping right there, right? I mean, not much you can do about that. Sometimes it's a good shot, but an even better block.
Boland, good rollback move. Wicked. Got Castellanos leaning. Now Mitchell hesitated a moment. A little bit of a simultaneous contact, but she's going to be down.
Yeah, just taking a second to get back up.
Yeah, it's a really brief stoppage, but then you look at the body language of Mitchell, and yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I got to really shout out the players here just for having that much stamina, that much will to play this game, right? Me personally, I think I'd be down for a couple business days. Might have to get me off the floor.
Remember, just a couple of possessions into this game, Bruns got drilled in the midsection with a shot, too.
Oh.
And she lasted, I think, one rotation out and came right back in.
Came right back in as if nothing has happened and has continued to make an impact on this with the Zoo City team, right? She's not just here and there. She's really creating opportunities and being good defensively.
Castellanos was streaking. Good takeaway. I'm telling you, Metzler already jumping off the tape. Shot crossed Collins up. Castellanos still there. Now out to Nunez. That's big red flags.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, what do I say about the telestrator? If you're drawing this up, you're circling Nunez all the time with big red arrows and circles pointing, hey, this one.
Yeah.
Shot blocked.
Yeah, and even the shot previous to that one. Oh, could be something here.
Did Collins get a touch? What kind of wizardry?
I don't.
Or did that just roll through? We got to. Hopefully we'll see
There's
this
no
again.
rest for the wicked.
7 scored.
You're exactly right. Collins, I think, got the lightest of touch, maybe off of her knee or something like that.
Maybe just a slight deflection that caused Hartman to misread there.
So that's the redirect from Nunez. She'll get the assist there. It's 6-2, and that's the second one for Kelly Collins.
Yeah. Not the most unfortunate of plays for Zoo City, but you continue to push forward. You still got 13 minutes of playtime. Let's see what they can cook up.
And Stephanie herself still thinking, well, I got to get my hat trick.
Oh, yeah.
So you know she's taking more shots.
And you know you got it. And if you're Zoo City, that's what you're wary of, right? You're wary of these runs that certain players in the Mustangs are having.
And with talks, Bruns have the tap in. Did she get there?
She did. Oh, and the celebration just worthy. Look at that.
Oh, boy. It's not much. It counts.
And we talked about Bruns continuing to have that impact, right? That is what I'm talking about. She did not give up on that ball and continuing to apply that pressure even when she thought the keeper had it, right? And she stuck with it, and there you go. What does that lead to? Breaking down that lead in half and giving more opportunity for a win for Zoo City FC.
Sarah Bruns helps to trim it. There's still work to be done, but for Bruns, that's score number 4 on the year.
And, you know, the score being what it is, I don't think that the Mustangs are entirely happy with this outcome, right?
Even if this were to finish and be our final, something tells me they would say, there is a whole lot to clean up before we get to this final because we're taking on a big, physical, talented Summit team who has taken us all the way down to wire, an overtime match. Yeah. Maurer maybe got away with the little shove in the back. This is the keeper handling. Castellanos picks it up. Her clear is good. She shoots from wide, and she's rejected.
Ooh. Hartman just looking stone cold there.
Maurer to her left into Kennedy. Kennedy, lefty, save.
Kennedy right to the keeper. I can see the good idea there building up. Just not the right placement for that.
And we did have a change in goal. Now, a question of uniform numbers. As we're trying to sort that out, I thought I saw, well, you've only got but a few goalkeeper kits. I believe it's 49 Ava Garcia right now. It's the oversized, you know, the goal kit. Now, bench warning issued, I believe, on the Zoo City side as well here at the at 3:45. Maybe somebody leaning out over the boards.
Yeah, it could be that. I'm not entirely sure. Not a lot on that call, but again, we're not the officials and we can't hear as good as they can.
Neuenhuis. She gets it ripped away. Nunez. Shot. Save.
Yeah, good on Hartman and just put her hands up for that one.
Over 4 minutes gone by. The scoring for this quarter is even, one apiece. But Zoo City had the scoring advantage for last quarter. First time that they had that.
Yeah, and I do look. Oh, could be something here.
Hartman had to challenge that again. You've just got no options. If you're passive, as Bradford hit the deck here, played it off perfectly, I thought.
Yeah, I was going to mention that I am looking for Zoo City to possibly do a line change, a little bit more on the substitution. I see a little bit of tired legs.
Out to Castellanos. Oh, a hair wide.
Literally a hair.
And it's those inches that add up to miles. Oh, you get to take a little bit of a breath. 10 minutes to play. 6-3 Mustangs. They have not trailed in this contest, and they had the 4-0 lead at the half. This is shot now. Hartman got a piece.
Yeah, good job by Hartman there again. Hartman, despite the scoreboard doing a good job as goalie, just being able to get what she can and do her part for this Zoo City team.
If she were to hold it to 6, that would be the best goalkeeping outing of the season for Hartman. It should be noted. 9 minutes, 20 seconds to play. Ava Garcia from Lindsay Seppa has taken over in goal. Musser down into the corner, cuts this ball off. A quick change coming on for the Mustangs. Collins, been danger today, wants to break down Bradford with the left, little wide.
Oh, Bradford coming down hard, almost in a split save.
Maurer wanted to feed ahead to Jessica Kennedy. Kennedy playing up top right now. Maurer is tossed. That should be a foul on Collins.
Yeah, and I talk about how just physically strong these players are, but I do think we need some type of substitutions.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here. As Maurer headed down, it was kind of an awkward tumble, and then she waved herself for a sub, so she got it. Long serve all the way in from the keeper. Then one touch off the wall, and that possession is done. I was half pondering if they might go all the way back to their starting keeper, Liz Sampras. It's still in the bag of tricks if it starts to become really tight. Nunez wanted a run, and that is tackled to within an inch of its life.
Yeah, that was just a nice slide tackle there.
Left corner, shot blocked. Musser got a piece.
And no one can really catch their breath. Now Zoo City trying to cook something up here.
Gas tanks. It becomes about gas tanks in the fourth quarter of a lot of matches. And this one, the WMLIS final, the Mustangs playing for not a whole lot, the home team playing for massive pride. Gas tanks. Maurer wants to back her way in. Bolin leaves it back for Bradford. And then in no man's land, it's just jumped by Collins. Collins, good takeaway for Boland. Now Lucy Lee getting in the rotation.
Yeah, definitely want to see Zoo City kind of gain some possession points, but instead trying to get a shot off maybe. Off the head there.
Yeah, Lee wore that one in the face a little bit, unfortunate.
And those are the type of hits I keep talking about. I mean, that would have wiped me, I think.
7 minutes to play. Still 6-3 is where our score sits. Dramatic fourth quarters, big closes, long scoring runs in quarters. Every single one of those things has happened in this inaugural season. Lee, good takeaway at first. On Zaldua, she's got the eyes ahead. Plunked. Mitchell scores!
Talk about a nice one. Off the wall, and that's exactly the type of use you want.
On Zaldua to Mary Mitchell.
Just wow.
Could there be a better time for that?
And that's the connection you want. Oswaldo just knew that Mitchell was at the top of that box, knew that someone was waiting there to pick up and be on the receiving end of that pass.
That changes this in oh so
Entirely.
many ways. You did have the media timeout that comes here with 6 minutes and 31 seconds left. Yeah, let's unpack this goal. So first of all, again, both former Olivet Comets, Mary Mitchell, as well as Nadia Anzaldo. You always love to see that. That's a great moment for both of them. As Mitchell nets this one, she trims it to 2. That's 6 minutes and 31 seconds. That's going to feel like a really long time, no matter how you slice it.
And I encourage you to look at the replay here and just, you can see, look, Oswaldo picks up her head a bit. She sees Mary Mitchell at the top, uses the wall, and then it was in from there.
Mitchell, lefty, sick. Positively bleh. Because we make lots of the onomatopoeias, the sound effects, right?
We really do.
Disgusting.
That was just crazy work right there. And, you know, you talk about how this changes the game, and it really does. I know that the Mustangs cannot be happy with this scoreboard despite leading. And you know that they're not going to be on their back foot. Zoo City needs to be able to respond. That this time it's crucial more than ever. Can they continue this run?
And the shooting edge is now 14-11. How has that turned?
Yeah.
That is huge, too. Just pure volume. Now you're peppering, again, something of the kind of third-string reserve keeper Ava Garcia right now. I saw Liz Sampras heading out of the huddle, and I wondered, are they going to turn to her right now? They have not done so yet. For right now, it's Ava Garcia in there. Again, she took over for the starting keeper, Lindsay Seppa. 6 minutes. That's all that stands between somebody and another win on the ledger. Somehow, some way. You tell me.
Oh, well, we're already seeing a good amount of breaking up by Sioux City, being able to break up these Mustang passes. Right? We talked about that being a moment of growth here, and now Hartman being able to come out and just clear that out.
Challenging everybody right now. Taking on all comers. Collins, the foot skill, the speed, all of this. This is fantastic from her. Like everybody knows Stephanie Nunez. We knew what we were getting in for, and well, we've had plenty of it, right? All of the usual suspects. But
yeah,
man, Kelly Collins jumps off the film.
Yeah, you gotta really sit in it and realize how Sioux City has come up from that first quarter.
And to have 2-1 scoring advantages in back-to-back quarters too is huge. Remember, at the half, 4-0, it was easy to say, okay, that's a big problem. Now, forgotten about, right?
Yeah, and and if they can continue the press that they've been applying, because there's a whistle call now.
Yeah, I thought that was off of Collins. I think it is. Miranda, a little bit of a stutter step, then hit it ahead to Foster. Clear is good. Now for Maurer.
Trying to sneak it in between the legs there.
Watch Collins, but she'd have to dribble through 3.
Can she?
Oh, maybe. Collins turned, missed it. But could you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, just got a little wide there, and Hartman able to take a breath.
Now possession is 9/10. You know what they say? That carries even more weight here. Castellanos softly chipped to her left.
Yeah, we're hearing a little bit more conversation on the Mustang bench, and that can only mean a shot.
Inevitable as anything. Nunez hat trick.
You can't.
Just watch it, hear it, and know what we're witnessing.
She can't keep getting away with this.
Love it, hate it, inevitable. Nunez hat trick, timeout Zoo City, 4 minutes, 12 seconds to play.
And just as soon as Zoo City was sitting in the fact that they had cut down the lead to 2, now they got to sit with just that hat trick that Nunez was able to complete just now. And I mean,
you should
what
see
a goal.
My shocked face. You know what I mean?
It was really inevitable, but you almost can't believe it until you see it, you know?
I hear you. It found the little gap over Hartman's shoulder on her right side. That's what Nunez has been doing from the moment she stepped foot on the pitch.
Yeah, now, just kind of when you can feel from the energy, it almost felt like the Mustangs tried their best to kill the Zoo City momentum here, and that shot might have sealed the deal. Again, it always comes down to response. How can this Zoo City respond to this? How can they respond to the defense being applied? So far, they've come up with some answers. Can they continue to cook up some more?
Yeah, it's got to happen a little bit quicker now. That's one of the major differences. 4 minutes and 12 seconds off the kickoff.
Yeah, and I don't expect in these 4 minutes to have the cleanest of play, and that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more opportunities, more chances, and more pressure like that being applied.
Yeah, Kennedy pressed the keeper, made him think about it. Each and every clearance. Really, really important, to say the least.
Yeah, Zoo City creating some good trouble right now.
Yeah, they continue to make her think about it. Garcia there in goal. Not going to be comfortable until 000s. Nunez trying to back her way down. But on Musser, that hasn't been the case for pretty much anybody today. Musser again, the on-ball defender here. Gets a piece of this cross. And she'll take it away.
Just great defensively there.
Maurer hit ahead. Bruns plunked.
I seen the idea, but no one was there.
Yeah, the follows maybe could have been Maurer, could have been Kennedy. You never know.
Yeah, you always talk about the primary run, right? The person leading the charge, but really what's important in these moments is that secondary run, the one coming in to scoop up any loose balls, and that's kind of what they needed there.
Kennedy tried to turn it in the direction of Bruns. Now the air is going to be all the way taken out. Ball's going to be flat.
Oh, power, just power.
She's got one more chance maybe to I thought Nunez was going to launch one to try and put this thing to bed for sure. Kennedy long run. They continue to press the keeper, make Garcia think. But the clock is clearly your enemy now.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
your opponent, well, they wear the pink pennies.
Yeah.
Your enemy, it's going tick, tick, tick. That's an important distinction to make.
Yeah, and I still don't think that really the alertness has hit yet, right? It hasn't hit that emergency time for Zoo City. I had not seen the strongest of pressure just yet. I still think there's another gear that they can shift into, and I'm waiting for that to happen as there's just under 2 minutes left.
Playing for the Zoo, playing to knock the Mustangs down a peg and spoil an undefeated season. They would need a lot and not a lot of time. As Hartman slices this off, do we see 6 attackers?
We may. And I don't think that's like the most negative thing to do right now.
Walter, slow, Castellanos, save!
Oh, beautiful save by Hartman.
If that's the final one, it would be a good one to end on.
100%.
Collins has some space. Castellanos. A minute and 18 seconds, up over everything. Bradford having to wait for help. See, can Bolin come all the way across and gain possession here? She could not.
Yeah, and the Mustangs can just continue to hold a possession.
Under 1 minute.
And maybe they might just go to some back and forth touches here, but the Zoo really trying to break it up right now.
Musser gonna have airspace. She held on to it. Musser lefty.
Oh!
Not quite.
She nutmegged the keeper and just wasn't the best placement and hit off the wall.
This restart should come with only 36 seconds. It appears the Chicago Mustangs are going to go undefeated in their first season.
You know, but it wasn't an easy one at that.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'll give credit to that one there. It definitely wasn't an easy game at all.
Under 30 seconds.
You can hear it there. Just kind of hold the ball for the Mustangs.
Bolin might have one more run in her. Bolin on Garcia.
Oh!
Launched it in the save.
That would have been wild if it went in.
Just a few more seconds for the WMLIS regular season. And final whistles.
There it is.
We get to witness history each and every match out. Again, what a regular season it has been. What an ambitious idea it was. There's more
Truly.
to unpack to this, and we'll take more time to do so, later on into the offseason. But there is one team heading to Cleveland just a week from today who's got a whole lot more to play for. 25 large, that prize money. The Mustangs and Summit City United going to meet. Now you'll get to see some of our top replays from throughout the day. I think you might feature a little bit of Stephanie Nunez. Does that sound familiar to you,
Maybe
perhaps?
just a tad, I'm not sure if she's going to be a main star.
That very first one positively blistered from Walter with the late dump off.
I just
Nunez.
noticed there was someone there waiting just in case, right?
Indeed there was. Nunez is going to have a hat trick in every match. It's where do you even start?
Wild.
She's going to lead the league by a healthy margin. That is, if we're doing the math right here, 21 goals. And Sue Roberts going to finish second with a dozen.
That's a gap.
It is spectacular, superlative, and we could go on forever. You'd like to, at some point, be done with it. But Stephanie Nunez, there's not a whole lot much more to say. Nunez scored the first one. Again, that one was the one from Walter. Kelly Collins got the second. And at the half, it was a 4-0 game as Walter and Castellanos had also added a couple. Emma Bolin, Maria Maurer, Mary Mitchell, Sarah Bruns. Those were your 4 Zoo City scores. And they had trimmed it as close as 6-4. Then the final score from Nunez over the right shoulder of Jordan Hartman was really the one that put it away.
Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't an easy one for the Mustangs, right? You talked about that 6-4 lead that the Zoo City has eventually cut down, right, to just trailing by 2, and that was scary moments for the Mustangs. They probably didn't think they would get to that space where they were in a bind, but it got there, and that just goes to show how Zoo City can really lock in and come out of nowhere.
We want to give you the full final schedule now as well, just present you with this because, again, that is a huge happening for next weekend. On Friday, the 2 men's semifinal matches will be contested. Those will kick off the weekend at 5 and 7 p.m., again, at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland. The women's final between the Mustangs and Summit City United, that'll be in prime time Saturday night at 6 p.m., doors opening at 5. And finally, the men's MLIS championship will be settled at 5 p.m. on Sunday evening between the winners of the 2 semifinal matches. That's going to wrap up the WMLIS regular season, and what an honor it's been to bring all of you the many sights and sounds of such a historic effort in this upstart league. One final time for the season for our friends at Go Live Sportscast. I'm Tanner White, the voice of Zoo City FC alongside Maya Pasillas, and thank you so much for joining us.